It's your boy Comet Chat with another fire intro. Rule of 3 is the name of the show, and I made it here from my main man, Mr. Chris Knight. I hope you like it, bro. So here we go. Well, the Rule of 3 is the name of the show. It stars Chris Knight, Comet Chat, and Nzo. Third Monday of the month at 9 o'clock, so don't be late, cause that's when the fun starts. We talk about this, we talk about that. 5 questions, decide fiction or is it fact? 3 cats that all came together like Run DMC. We're tougher than leather, so grab a seat, strap on in. The Rule of 3 is about to begin, so let's go. Rule of 3 is a show, Khaos Central is the channel. It stars me, Chris Knight, and Nzo. 3 casts with one singular vision to make this channel the best channel on YouTube, the best channel on the planet. Peace.
Is there any stuff?
What is up, everybody? It is me. I am Chris Knight. This is the Real Review 3000, and on Khaos Central, it is wonderfully called the Rule of 3, with the 3 people you see here, the usual suspects: Nzo of Biggaford Entertainment and Danny Graham of The Road to Wisdom. What's going on, guys?
You forgot to say Nzo the Great.
I swear, I can't believe that we're doing
What? What? What?
Ego check.
Let's start over, shall we?
Yes, let's start over, shall we? Danny, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Nzo the Great.
Was I wrong for that? I mean, no? Okay.
Insects, you have incited Ego's wrath.
I swear, we're just going to see how many times this goes, I guess.
I mean, I lost my fan base. You guys aren't my fans anymore. Like, what are we doing here?
Fans. Describe fans. Like bow down to your holiness type stuff.
And worship the ground I walk on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, we're not your fans. No, we're not that.
That's some good weed, boy.
It is, isn't it? I mean, he has to smoke it all for both of us, so I guess that's how it is. What's going on, guys? Good to have you guys here. Third Monday of the month. You know how this goes. This marks month number 3 or 2. 3. This is the third month. We're on track. 3 months in a row. This is great, is it not?
3 months
like
on
old
track. We get to 4, and then we'll have a computer issue, and we'll be off for another 3 years.
Be quiet. Shut your mouth. Anyways, okay. Let's go ahead and get everybody introduced. Danny, go ahead and start. Tell everybody about yourself, where you can be found, and all that great stuff.
I'm Danny. You can find me on my channel on Mondays and Thursdays. Correction, Mondays and Fridays. I upload one this morning. You can find me on Wednesdays on The Hangout. You can find me on Sundays on Storms Live. Of course, 3 Mondays out the month, sometimes 4. You can find me here on this channel, Khaos Central, sometimes with Nzo and OC. You come all over the place. And now I'm trying to do another show. 12:30 every Wednesday, I release a video about men's clothing.
Absolutely.
So check that out.
Dapper Dan and Danny, right? Is that what you're calling it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You're doing some shorts too, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
Trying to drive the subscribers to my channel, hopefully.
Yep. No, guys, if you haven't done it already, check that out. Of course, check out his, I guess I would call it devotional or religious, spiritual content that he has. Really good stuff. Good words of wisdom. And you should check that out. Of course, then, like I said, you also do the Dapper Danny. Do you still do the cooking stuff?
Very, very little.
Okay. Well, that was good stuff too, though. But go check him out. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Now let's go down to Nzo of Biggaford Entertainment. He wants me to say Nzo the Great, but that is not happening.
That was coming. Almost.
No.
First, I want to say rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, man. I heard that news today, and I couldn't believe it. Drowning. So we'll get that out the way.
Very sad.
That's nuts.
And Chris made a racist comment backstage.
I did not.
I'm surprised he didn't say it now. But go ahead, Chris. You want to go tell the people what you said backstage?
I don't know how many black men have told me black men shouldn't swim, especially in the ocean. Is that a racist joke? It's not. I've been told that by black men.
I know I ain't lost nothing in the ocean. That's all I'm gonna say.
See,
you can swim that.
Not in the ocean, no. I'm not even trying that.
I'll just say this: Malcolm Jamal Warner was ballsy, and I'll say this. I'll be honest with you: the ocean's a bad place to swim. If you don't know what you're getting into, don't go swimming in the ocean, because when the first time I ever went into the ocean, I went about 20 feet out, and that toe out to the main ocean is strong, and if you're not ready for it, next thing you know, you're gone.
Yeah, he got caught in the current, supposedly.
It's crazy.
I am Biggaford Entertainment. You know what we do over there. Khaos Liz, OOC. We do tournaments. We do reviews. I know the OOC Danny won't be on this week, but because we got one. We got a cop video for the OOC this week, so make sure to check that out, guys. But other than that, we're good. We're here to be on the rule of three to do Chris's topic. So that's.
You said Dio who responded to your video?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, not to my video. No.
Oh, I misunderstood.
No, I just sent it. He responded to some other video, the top video.
All right, I am Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is my channel. Also, I am over on Honstar YT. We do things like the weekly wrap up, Sunday Fun Day, Jackbox Game Night. I'm still working on getting the Rumble started again, and Gospel according to Chris, all that stuff. Just got a lot of stuff going on in my world right now, so I had to throw that all in when I get a chance. But we are back doing these 3 shows. I'm glad to have that going at least. And yeah, so we'll hope to get some people in here soon. Don't know how that's going to go, but we're going to see. We're going to go ahead and start off. Let's see. Who started last time? Was it Danny?
I believe so.
Okay, so Nzo, go ahead and start.
Well, since I'm Nzo the Great, I always go for number 1. So let's go with number 1.
Number 1, huh? That's what you're going to go with, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Well, number 1 is boom. This is called Trump flipping the script. After hinting he'd release everything, President Trump now calls the Epstein scandal a Democratic hoax. The DOJ and FBI say there's no client list. Trump now calls the Epstein scandal. Attorney Pam Bondi once claimed it was sitting on her desk. Now, even some MAGA loyalists are furious. 1, is Trump backtracking? And 2, will his base hold him accountable or give him a free pass? You got 3 minutes to talk about it. Here we go. Time starts now.
100% they will give him a pass because there's already those MAGA cultists, I like to call them, that are giving him a pass already. Now, boy, and I'm glad you brought this one up because this is a good topic. Trump has been saying that's what he ran his campaign on, was making sure that they were going to open up the Epstein files. He even has videos there's videos out there of him saying, yep, we're going to open up the files. We're going to open up the files. Now, what I think happened is they opened up these files and it implicated him and a lot of other, not just Republicans, but Democrats. But I also think it kind of sheds a light on Israel. And I think that's what a lot of the people are scared of, right? Because, I mean, if you think about it, if the Democrats knew that it would do something to Trump, they would put it out. If Trump knew that it implicated the Democrats, he would put it out, right? So the fact that neither one of these so-called parties want to put it out is kind of surprising to me. That means that these Epstein files go a lot deeper than a lot of what we're told. You know what I mean? Not just big names doing it. Maybe there's briberies from Israel. Maybe Israel has something on a lot of these politicians. And that's why a lot of the information's not coming out. I know, like, I watch a lot of like Young Turks and all of that. And I know they talk about it a lot. And I know a lot of people will say it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. But if you run your campaign on that, what are you scared about? Right? Why are they so scared to let these files come out? That's because there's going to be a lot of people going down on that, and I want to see them. I think they should come out. I think if that's what you're going to do, not to mention, I love the fact that a lot of the people who supported Trump, Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, I believe, he came out. There was another guy, Alex Jones. They're all crying that Trump said he was going to do this and that he didn't do that. But what I always say is be careful what you wish for, because Trump has always been a liar. He has always lied. So I don't understand why people now are going all crazy like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Trump lied. Well, this is the same dude that ran around saying the Haitians were eating cats and dogs, right? So at the end of the day, what we need to do is, and it won't be Elon's party, but maybe there should be another party out there that's not taking money from these big corporations. And then if they do make one, how long before they actually start taking briberies too? So it's crazy, man. Politics is crazy.
Good points. Good points. Very good points. Danny, would you like me to reread the question, or you got it?
Yeah, reread it for me and see if I can get my thoughts in line.
All right. After hinting he'd release everything, President Trump now calls the Epstein scandal a Democrat hoax. The DOJ and FBI say there's no client list, yet Attorney General Pam Bondi once claimed it was sitting on her desk. Now, even some MAGA loyalists are furious. 1, is Trump backtracking? And 2, will his base hold him accountable or give him a free pass? 3 minutes are on the board. Are you ready?
Yep.
Time starts now.
I definitely think he's backtracking. I think I kind of agree with what Nzo saying. Maybe he saw the files and said, "Ooh, this is radioactive. I don't think I can do this." And I definitely think his people, his supporters, are going to back him up because they are all these blind witnesses, and I don't know, they got these blinders on. They can only see, I guess, the road to his crack. I guess I don't know, but it's crazy. I never seen something so mesmerizing. Some people fall for anything. I don't know. Lonzo's points makes logical sense to me that maybe the Democrats had some dirt in there. Maybe whoever's involved or both parties involved got some dirt in there. But I'm still not sure about the breakup with him and Elon Musk. My gut is telling me that there's something behind that. That's some kind of ploy. What it is, I don't know. But I just don't. Just my gut telling me. I have nothing concrete to back it up. Just a little voice in the back of my head saying, "Something might want to fall for that okie doke." MAGA is definitely alive and well, and like I was gonna say, the MAGA loyalists, they don't think he can do any wrong until he directly hurts them, one of them, or hurts a group of them, or hurts them somewhere that they all can feel it. They're gonna believe anything that he feeds them. But if he definitely campaigned saying that he was going to release it and open it and shed some light into it, he's not doing it, then the logical explanation in my mind is that there was something in there that could definitely implicate him or have him shown in an unfavorable light. And if that's the case, we'll never see those files. He guaranteed he would destroy them or put them in some place that nobody will ever find them. But I definitely think if it is something he's hiding, his loyalists will give him a pass. he gets some kind of spin doctrine and spin it in the media. Or what I think he's the master of doing is when something gets really focused and lasers in on him, he'll create some kind of conflict or something can happen. I think he has the power to do that across the world or somewhere, and it'll take the attention off of his. To me, that's what he's been doing the whole time he's in office. Get get on his trail, then something happens. So I think that there'll be another flare up with Russia or Israel or something. But I guarantee you, in 2 or 3 weeks, this question won't even it'll be a distant thought. Because I think he has the power to control those things. Okay, getting too hot, too close, activate this crisis and to divert our attention. So I definitely think he's going to get a pass.
Agreed.
All right. Well, so there's multiple layers to all of this. One, let's go with the Democrat hoax. I kind of agree with Nzo that there's a group of people, if this list exists, that when they looked at it, it implicates it. And basically what they've done for the first few months of his presidency, when they finally got a hold of her, if they had a hold of it beforehand, whatever, however this worked out, is that when they dug in, Trump said something like, if my name's only in there 15 times, we'll release it because I can explain that away. And then they came back and said, well, sir, your name's in there like 400 times. And he's like, oh, shit. And he knows he can't even explain that away. So he said, stop it. But I'm not going to say that the Democrats aren't on it too. We know that there are lots of different people who had some sort of involvement. But to your point of the Democrats not releasing it, I'm not sure if that's the reason they would or wouldn't have. I wonder if they were just in a position where they didn't have enough clout. They still don't have enough clout to fight this. They're trying to call him out and say, release it. You said you would. We know that he was constantly around Epstein. We know that he was constantly on Epstein's plane. We know that he received gifts from Epstein. We are pretty sure that he gave that birthday card that he's suing Wall Street Journal for, which I think is ridiculous. I think it dropped, especially for the fact I think he's suing them for $10 billion. It's like, he's a cash grab. He just wants cash. But the big thing about this is, I think that they want to release it, but it's how to do it. Because they know that some of them are on there, and it's how do we soften the blow to us and give the blow to him. In the long run, will his faithful give him a pass? I don't believe all of them will. Because like QAnon and all this stuff, some of these people are so dead set on conspiracy theory. Even if this is, they're not happy with, no, I can't, we're not doing anything because there's nothing there. Those people who go back and say, oh, no, look, he's releasing the grand jury files. Danny can attest to this. Grand jury could be all of one person being brought up to the stand and said, hey, did you see Jeffrey Epstein with underage women or girls? And they could say yes, and that could be the end of a grand jury. And if that's enough proof for the grand jury, they can indict. That doesn't mean the person did it. And the prosecution is the one that handles the grand jury. So everything in a grand jury document is kind of set up to make people look guilty. So I'm not sure really what's going to be in there. Maybe a lot, maybe not. We'll find out. But yeah, I think though the people that vote R, and they don't care who that candidate is. They're looking at Trump now going like, this isn't the guy I wanted in here. That's not who I thought I was voting for. And how they didn't see this, I don't know. But let's all talk about this. Is this really going to be a problem? And if so, for how long do you guys think?
Man, they're going to have some kind of smoke screen or some kind of crisis somewhere else. That's what he does. You remember when it was like when George Floyd first came out? It was hot. Then I forgot what came up. It kind of diverted our attention from that. And then when the trial came back, it kind of came back for minutes. Now, I know for at least a week and a half when Israel bombed Iran, and then the next one, Iran sent those missiles. I mean, that was serious. We see the other Scud missiles shooting them down. How long did that last? How long we? I ain't hear nobody talk about those missiles being fired and stuff now. Same thing with Russia. Same thing. To me, is I don't know how he does it, but when stuff gets hot or crazy, or he gets a little bit of heat, he can almost like disappear until the
Well,
heat dies down, and then he resurfaces with something crazy.
when
So
you're a crook, and I'm going to say I'm just calling him a crook. I'm not saying he absolutely is. Whatever, he's convicted of. He's a felon. When you're that type of person, you surround yourself with that type of people. Those type of people, and Danny, being in your profession, you know people who are crooks always have an answer. Whether or not it's a good answer or not, they always have an answer for. Well, I mean, I was just there because my friend needed a ride, right?
Yep.
And that's what he is. It's gonna have. He's gonna have an answer. It was them, not me. Look, they did this. Go talk to them.
It's funny though.
Yes.
While Mike made a good point, he's like, "Oh, if it's a hoax, then why not put it out there?" Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's fake, then put it out there and be like, "You see, guys, this is fake." You know. But my question is, if they do end up putting something out, who's to say they didn't doctor it?
Well, that's another issue too. I mean, that could very well be the case, and that's. I mean, I don't know. I think a bridge is given a certain weight classification. Every bridge can handle so much weight. Every one of these things, the Ukraine war not ending on day one, the fact that Russia's still a pain to Ukraine, we're trying to figure that out. The fact that Israel's still a pain, we're trying to figure that out. That's all weighing down on him. Now, the stupid thing about the varicose veins and things like that, more and more, the more of these things that keep coming up, he's not going to be able to weather all of it. He didn't deal with this the first time. This all came up at the end of his presidency. They started right on him right from the get-go. So I don't know. I'm with you guys. If it's a hoax, release it. If not, release it. Listen, it doesn't matter if you are Democrat or Republican. If you did this stuff, you should be called out for it. And I would hope that enough of those people in Congress are going to tell people, hey, I didn't have anything to do with this. I'm sorry if you're implicated, but hey, we've got it. And I don't care if there's names or not. You listen, grab all of the girls that are still around that were involved and say, give us some names. Or here's Congress, a list of Congress and politicians' faces. Did any of these people look familiar? And granted, eyewitness testimony is not a great way to go. But if I were 60 Minutes, I'd be calling all those girls in. You said Trump did this. It's a he said, she said, but you could do that. I mean, it put more weight on him. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, Danny, what would you like, 2 or 3?
3.
3. We're going to call this one. What was this? Oh, this is the 7-year itch. After multiple script rejections, Kevin Feige now confirms that Blade will happen alongside a new X-Men movie, both set for Phase 7 as part of the new Marvel's new ambitious 7-year plan. Now, after delays, rewrites, and shaky post-Endgame run, is this long-term strategy bold or just blind faith? Oh, shoot. And 2, as I go back to this because this is being stupid for me. We're going to open that one and this one. And 2, what are your expectations for Blade and the X-Men in this new MCU era? Okay. 3 minutes. Time starts now.
I am really hoping for Mahershala Ali's sake that this Blade happens. Because right now he's 51 years old. If it happens in another 2 years, like they said, he'll be somewhere between 53, 54, 55, somewhere in that time frame. While he can stay in shape, because, I mean, I don't think he had a hard life, but the clock is ticking on him as far as upkeep of his physical fitness and attrition, in my opinion. the recasting or the revamping of the X-Men, that's no surprise because while I think the best two characters, Magneto and Xavier, should be done by Fassbender and McCoy, or McAvoy, I think his name. They're gonna move away from them because they are getting kind of long in the tooth. But they should definitely be very, very picky and selective on who they choose for those parts because those are going to be very iconic roles. I hope Kevin Feige is not lying about the Blade thing. I would be lying when I say I'm still got the same amount of faith I once had in him. I thought that one time he was on point. Now, after listening to his latest interview and things he said he was talking about pre this and pre that and post this and post that, kind of makes me wonder, well, why if you are recasting certain characters, you're not doing ones that I know a lot of fans won't. I was one of those fans when it first happened. I was like, no, we don't need to do it now. But now, it's been what, close to 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. If you're going to recast Iron Man, I think he said in his latest interview, in other characters, then why not recast that one, especially if that's what the fans want. I think somebody made a very one of the reporters made a comment that I totally agree 100%. Ryan Coogler just made a very successful vampire film. I think he has his pulse on the black superheroes, and I would commission him and greenlight him to go ahead and do both. Barring that, and I would get his input because I think he is actually a avid comic book reader. I think he would have the culture needed to show the difference in how Blade would act and how Black Panther would act. We already see him what he can do with Black Panther. So I think he already has the Black Panther under wraps, but I would love to see his impression, his take, his vision on Blade, or someone who at least knows the lore. Some of these directors they pull in that don't have a clue. I don't want to see that. I want somebody that's going to really care about the character, has a cultural connection to the character, and has the cachet to do a good job. And I think that's Ryan Coogler.
Okay. Very good. Making some good points there. All right. Let's see here.
Yeah, read the question again, Chris.
We'll do. This time I'll try not to close out of the program. After multiple script rejections, Kevin Feige now confirms that Blade will happen alongside a new X-Men movie, both set for Phase 7 as part of Marvel's ambitious new 7-year plan. After delays, rewrites, and a shaky post-Endgame run, is this long-term strategy bold or just blind faith? And what are your expectations for Blade and the X-Men in this new MCU era?
Cool.
3 minutes on the board. Time starts now.
So Danny talked about the interview, and there's something that he said in that interview where it was like, we didn't want to have Blade just come out there and kill vampires. I was like, wait, what? That's what Blade does. What are we talking about? It should not be this hard to get a Blade movie done. Blade, vampire killer, killing vampires. That's it. It's a simple movie. We don't need to have this crazy story in a Blade movie. The first Blade movie with Wesley Snipes was great, and it was a simple story. That's it. I know you may not want to copy that or anything like that, but with this day and age, I'm pretty sure you can make a simple story that's not exactly like that. So I don't understand that part of it. I personally don't want to see Ryan Coogler do Blade because I think it's going to feel way too much like Black Panther, and I want something to feel Blade to feel different. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he can't do it. I just think it'll feel too much like a Black Panther movie. And to be honest with you, when it comes to a Blade movie, I don't necessarily think that Blade needs to be directed by a Black director, right? It's Blade, right? It's one Black character and then the rest are white or whatever. So now what they're going to do after Secret War is something that I think we all pretty much assumed they would do, is they're going to they said reboot, right? And he said he doesn't like to use reboot, but it's going to be a reboot. And they're going to recast Captain America. they're going to recast Iron Man. They'll probably give us finally a new T'Challa, which will keep everybody happy with that. So as long as they do that, but it's kind of weird because they still said they're doing Black Panther 3, and I'm guessing Black Panther 3 will come out before these movies, because if it comes out after and you're resetting it, I don't know. I'd have to get the explanation for that. So we'll see what they do there. But I can't wait to see what they do with the X-Men. And supposedly the next movie after Secret Wars is going to be X-Men. So that's going to be great. They're going to recast. They're going to give us younger X-Men. I hope they give us good characters as good characters. And I want them to at least kind of stick to the original X-Men team for the first movie. You know what I mean? I want Storm to have a prominent role. If you take any hints from the X-Men cartoon, they could do that. They could take some hints from there and try and make this, because if X-Men fails, we know Secret Wars and Doomsday is going to make money. We know that. But if they come up with an X-Men movie after that and it fails, that's going to be a problem. I don't think it will, but if it does, ooh.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to use the word reboot. He said reset.
Yeah, reset.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We'll get to that here in a little bit. All right. Yeah, so the Blade movie. I'm kind of with Hans on this. It's like, listen, we don't have to go deep into
Surprise.
it. Hold on.
Someone's getting a Phantom Zone? Yeah.
Ego check.
Let's start over, shall we?
I don't know what it is. Well, I have to be the one to give out 40 of these tonight, but oh boy. Now, kind of agree with Anzo on this, that it's not that hard. We don't have to go super deep into the lore of Blade or anything. You might be able to explore it, maybe go a little here and there in different spots that we haven't yet, since when they did the original, while it was based off the comic books, it was not done so much as a comic book movie. We didn't really call it that back then, even though it was. The X-Men thing, I agree that we need to keep it simple. I definitely agree with Danny on this one about Michael Fassbender and the other guy. I think that would be really good. What I do know is that he also mentioned in this interview that we're talking about that past X-Men characters will be reused, but I'm pretty sure we're going to use the explanation that they're from a different universe, because we've sprinkled them on throughout this whole movie series, that we can probably still bring them in from other places.
You didn't start your timer, Chris.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'll just go 2 minutes down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
And by doing that, we can write them out as quick as we want, or keep the ones we want for other cameos later on. That's kind of the whole multiverse thing, which we'll get into in a minute. Now, what are my hopes for this? The Ryan Coogler thing. I don't know if that'd be a bad idea. He just did Sinners, which I didn't know this, but because one of the ideas for Blade was
they got the
1930s, they made costumes for it, which went to Sinners, which tells you how far along they've got. They actually had to hand those off to something. So that's an interesting thing. So I think we found out a little bit of information of how close we already were to getting Blade. So that tells you whatever was going on. I'm wondering if Sinners isn't just basically the Blade movie with different people in it. I'm wondering that now. I mean, because
Sinners was trash.
You say that, most people don't. And I didn't hate the movie. I'm not going to say it's the best thing since sliced bread, but I don't think it's trash, so whatever. I just know that with the way things have gone, the 7-year plan, they talked about a 10-year plan up front. If it's as solid as the 10-year plan was, if Feige is really in charge of this as much as he was with the 10-year plan, then I have hopes that we're going back on track. Is that true? I don't know, but we're going to kind of find that out. But my hopes for this is two good movies, because these are two good franchises. The third Blade wasn't so great, but Blade as a character is a great character. Throw in Wesley Snipes as an older Blade or a multiversal Blade like he did in Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine, and I think we'd be right on. All right, guys, 3 more minutes. We'll talk about this together. Where do you guys want to start? Go ahead.
Well, what I heard was that they are going to use the characters for Secret Wars and Doomsday, but when they do their X-Men, everybody's going to be recast. I didn't hear that they were going to use the same characters. I think everybody.
Well, I'm not saying that they are. I'm saying that it's still with a multiverse allowed that they might be able to bring them back if they wanted to.
I heard that they were going to use some of the characters in those 2 movies, and then when they go to the X-Men movie, they were going to get all fresh new characters.
Yeah,
we'll get into that more here in a minute.
And I also think they want to get rid of the multiverse stuff, right? So.
Exactly. It's my understanding that the multiverse is kind of go way at a dodo. It's
well,
be
all those thoughts.
How you guys are talking? We ask the questions.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not a part of this question. We're talking Blade and X-Men.
But I thought we were talking about Blade and X-Men. Danny was.
Okay, all right. Continue then. Go.
Wait, what are we doing here?
Go ahead. No, but
I think
singular.
Chris smoking that good stuff today.
Oh God, no.
This question must be going to tie into whatever we talk about now, apparently. But without going deep into it, I'm just going to say, based on what I heard, I'm surprised. I'm really shocked that he's still. I hope he's not dangling the carrot in front of Mahershala Ali. I would really be disappointed, and I would be hurt for him. Because, like I said, this is 7 years ago he made this announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure this man to kind of put his life on hold. Probably got to stay in a certain level of shape in order to look right. Then they went through 3 or 4 different rewrites. Already almost made it to the finish line. Then, like I said earlier, the costume and some of the stuff went to a different movie. So if I was him, I'd be feeling a little bit frustrated. I would have to have certain insurances. Look, Mr. Feige, look. We did this 7 years ago, and I ain't getting no younger. In 3 more years, I'll be 53. So what are we gonna do? So
I'm right there with you, Danny, 100%. Like you can't. And then when are we supposed to get this Blade movie, right? Because he said we're getting it, but yet we're gonna have Doomsday, Secret Wars, X-Men movie, a Black Panther 3, and then what? Blade? Like in 10 years? Like,
well,
what are we talking
in
about?
10 years, he'll be 61. So they gotta
exactly.
unless they filming it now and they hold it in the can. But I'd be mad.
Me too.
But well, maybe not. If they pay me enough zeros, okay, I'll film it now and I'll see it 8 years from now. If the number's right, the number's got to be right.
Does it worry you that at the age he's getting that's going to take away from the character, because not fast enough or something, or do you think they'll do a lot of CGI to compensate for that? It
seems now that the MCU is kind of in the business of screwing people. Look how they did Scarlett Johansson. They pretty much screwed her. Mm-hmm. So they don't mind doing it. If it don't fit their agenda or don't fit their timeline, they'll do it. Then they'll try and pay you back on the back end. But how did that look for her? I think she won that lawsuit, but any career, any opportunity she had in being a part of this franchise
is over.
It's over.
Yeah. And you know what's funny too, Danny, right? Because I think, there were a lot of rumors about Jonathan Majors maybe coming back, but he didn't even want to say Jonathan Majors' name. So that showed me right there that Jonathan Majors won't be back either.
And then he's saying that they were even talking about pivoting away from him before.
I don't believe that.
His accident, I was like, whoa. Then why did you sink all that money into Loki?
100%.
And why did you sink all that money into Quantumania?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, we wanted a Doctor Doom type of character, and a Thanos type of character, but Doctor Doom isn't a Thanos type of character. You know what I mean?
But I do think now, if I'm being honest, Doctor Doom is more exciting to me than Kang. But the way they could have written it up and stuff could have made Kang more exciting. Could have made Kang more exciting. Just like what was that one on Guardians of the Galaxy? I didn't really care for him.
The first one.
No, the black guy that had all the power.
Oh, the evolutionary.
Yeah, evolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
So they can write it a certain way to make him seem ultra. And I can't remember Scarlet Witch being as strong and powerful as she is in the comic books. I know they keep going back to the House of M, but I've read Scarlet Witch comic books and I read West Coast Adventures. I ain't never known her to have the kind of power she got now. She had something called hex power, hex bolts that would change the probability of something, not be able to create new worlds and all this kind of crazy stuff she's doing now. So they can depower and look how they depower the Hulk. So they they can strengthen you or weaken you. So
yeah, well, they can do anything they want to do. So all right, last one, and this is as I try to remember what I named this one. Of course, listen to me. I can't even remember anything, can I? What did I call this one? Yeah. Oh yeah, multiversal collision. Multiversal collision. This is in new reports, the same reports we're talking about in the last one. Kevin Feige explains that while Endgame was about endings, Secret Wars will mark new beginnings, driven by a collapsing and converging universes, whatever. This could open the door to a recasting of Tony Stark in a restructured MCU. Feige avoids the word reboot, calling it a reset, instead hinting at a new singular timeline. What does this mean for the future of Iron Man and for the MCU as a whole? So I'm going to let Anza go first on this one.
3
minutes. Your time starts now.
You know, I'm going to say this. I think you're trying to be funny with it's not a reboot, it's a reset. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, stop trying to sugarcoat it. And I guess they're sugarcoating it because, the DCU rebooted and this rebooted and that rebooted. So it's like, no, we kind of want to get away from the reboot word, but it's the same thing, right? You're going to end up doing maybe versions of storylines certain ways now, because now you have all the characters. So, for example, we may get a new Infinity Gauntlet saga, something like that. You know what I mean? Where they actually go with what they did in the comic book, because it seems like they're trying to, and I think we're going to get it in the Spider-Man, give us like a Rage Hulk, So kind of like they want to regress on the Hulk and do the Hulk correctly. So it just seems to me like what they're planning on doing is taking all the mistakes that they made and fixing them with a soft reset, We're going to get a new Tony Stark. He said that. We're going to get a new Captain America. We said that. And I'm actually interested because I know, Iron Man, some people say T'Challa, but, there's characters or Wolverine where it's like, no one ever could ever play Wolverine. Well, let's give someone else a chance and see. You know what I mean? I think there are people out there that could play the character and probably play him just as good, if not better, than Hugh Jackman did, right? So I'm very interested in seeing other characters or other actors play these characters. Like when you watch Deadpool and Wolverine and they showed Henry Cavill as Wolverine, I was like, you know what? That might be a fly ass movie. You know what I mean? Like having Henry Cavill play Wolverine, that would be probably amazing. And I think he would do a good job. But when we do get these reboots, I don't want to be like, oh my God, well, Robert Downey Jr. did better. He's so good. Let's get Robert Downey Jr. back, because you're going to hear that. There's going to be always the comparisons, right? And I think we can still compare without having to cry about losing, Hugh Jackman or Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans. I think we can kind of accept that we got a new generation playing these characters. Plus, you want to go younger anyways, because if you got another 10-year plan, you got to have young guys. You're not going to want to have, like Danny said, Mahershala Ali at 70 still playing Blade. So that too kind of has me wondering what are the real plans with Blade. You know, I know he said he's 50, but the first phase of the MCU was 20 years. So if we go another 20 years, by the time, you know, the big one comes around, he's going to be way too old to play Blade. So we need to get that stuff taken care of now.
Okay. Danny, want me to reread it?
No, I'm good.
All right, here we go. 3 minutes. Time starts now.
You know, one of my bags is looking up words and telling what they mean. And there's a slight difference between reboot and reset. I agree with Nzo. In my mind, they mean the same thing. But if you talk about it in computer terminology, if you reboot something, it was you restart the computer. You really set it down and restart it. And then you try to make sure that the operating system is ready to restart. But if you reset something, then you totally erase it and then put new stuff on there. So it's kind of, I guess, semantics. So if they reboot, then maybe they're going to restart the MCU and maybe change one or two things there. If they reset it, then they're going to pretty much, they may be erase what we already know as canon and do something totally different. I don't know. Don't care as long as they do what we want for us, the fans, as long as they make the stories interesting. They're going to try and find whatever way back to phase 1, 2, and 3, because that was when they were like hitting on all cylinders. Now they are not hitting on all cylinders, and I will give them a pass somewhat because COVID was very, very a factor in there, that unforeseen factor. But I would like to see it all get to one timeline. Sometimes this multiverse timeline can get a little confusing, and then it can kind of be a cheat code because, okay, it's good and bad. If the pendulum swings one way, then it's bad if they overuse it. But if the pendulum swings the other way and it's a very bad story, then when it swings back the other way, they can use something or redo it in a way that makes sense and then could kind of course correct. So it just depends on which way the pendulum swings, but you can't keep using that. It's kind of like how people complain about Zack Snyder overuses the slow motion. I personally like the slow motion, but if we don't need to see somebody eating in slow motion, or like we saw in Rebel Moon, they were harvesting a field in slow motion. We don't need to see that. We need to see the very important things done under a certain light in certain conditions. So the multiverse should be used in something that is very important, something that's going to be detrimental, not just a plot device, but something that is going to be kind of like how they got the Infinity Stones. The way they did that, I thought was very important. But you can't keep going and jumping from universe, and trying to do that kind of crazy stuff. To me, you can kind of overuse it, and then the fans will be like, well, and to coin Anzo's phrase and well as Fatal J's, there's no stakes. There's no stakes. So at some point, you got to have some kind of stakes. So don't want to overuse it. But if they condense it all down like the CW did, the Crisis on Infinite Earth, to one universe, I'll be cool with that.
Okay. Very good. All right. I know in this interview you said, hey, we've seen it before in other series. James Bond was a great example that he threw out there. Everybody thought when Sean Connery did James Bond, it's like, well, who else is going to do it? And they brought George Lazenby in to do one of them. And when people were done, they're like, wow, this guy did a really good job. And then people were like, well, let's just keep rolling down this line. He didn't want to come back. His agent gave him bullshit advice. And then they brought Connery back for, I think, 2 more films. And then it went to
Roger Moore.
Thank you, Roger Moore, yeah. And Roger Moore did it for like 8 or 9 or however many he did it. And he became the Bond guy. And then they're like, well, who can pick it up now? Originally, it was supposed to go straight to Pierce Brosnan. It didn't. It went to Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton did 2. And then his wife got sick. So they're like, well, who do we go to? They went to Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan did, I think, 5. And he was considered great. And people were like, who are we going to go to? Then they went to
Daniel Craig.
Thank you. Daniel Craig. And he did 5 or 6 or however many he did. And people loved him.
Not so
If
much.
you do well, okay. Every actor that's done that role is either acquired taste or an instant success with a group of people, not necessarily everybody. And I think that was a great example to point out to. If they can hit the right person, nobody will care. If you don't do the right person, it's going to be a problem. It's like if you bring in Johnny Depp, he's not going to be good. He's not going to do that part right. And too many people are going to think Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So it's all about how you do it and how you introduce it. I am not against a multiverse, but we cannot have it just be the go-to to fix a problem. So even if we don't go down to a singular timeline, if we compact it or cut off the means by which we go wherever the hell we want to, because right now we've come up with how many different directions we can go to get through the multiverse. There's been multiple ways shown. And so we need to cut that down. Is the ease of doing it. So if you can do it, you got to cut that down. These are the things that have to really be focused on when we talk about this. Because if you don't do that, you make it way too easy. So even if we don't go down to a singular timeline, the ease of which we move around the multiverse needs to be severely restricted. So those are the important things. But I think if they think about this again, if Kevin Feige is really in charge of this, because I think this past phase and the phase before, I think you can give a good argument for the fact that he has not been in full control, or he has not had the hands on the reins as much as he did in the first part of it. And I'm wondering if Disney now has said, okay, maybe we need to give this fully back to him. I don't know, but I think that that's something that we might see how this goes. And now, if the Fantastic Four movie does really well, and he had a lot to do with it, or if he didn't, I mean, I don't know. But if he has a lot to do with what's going on now, that he's trying to incorporate himself into it again, and this Fantastic Four movie does great, and we start seeing better hits as we go along again, then we probably know that a lot of these past movies have been more studio issues than him. But that's still the big question mark, I think. Again, let's talk about this together.
People are saying that Fantastic Four is really good, but I'll say this: other than like the last phase, other than a lot of the movies being like trash, what the biggest problem I think was, and what they missed the mark is, when we had the first four phases, everything was connected, right? Like the movies were different type of movies, but there was always a connection from one movie to another movie, to where it's like, oh, I want to see what's going on. I think in the final phase, they were just putting anything together and it didn't feel cohesive. You know what I mean? So to me, it's not like, oh, what we're doing is we need to cut down these movies. No, they needed to make the movies better, and they needed to make them connect in a certain way to where you felt like you needed to see the next one, or you were going to miss something.
I think they connected, but they never did it. They never.
Well, like, when you change the Kang storyline into what right now, there's no big bad. Right. Halfway through this, we've just gotten rid of the big bad, and we don't know who's who now. That's the problem. We knew pretty early going forward that Thanos was behind things.
But that too, though, Danny, to your point, no, I feel you. But like, what connection did Shang-Chi have with anything else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I was just an example, because they'll tell us something, but then they don't deliver it. Like for Eternals, they did the Blade thing and Star Fox. We ain't seen a Blade or Star Fox yet. They did the thing for Monica Rambeau on the Marvels. We ain't seen an X-Men movie yet, because they take too long. Back in the day, like you were saying, and to your point, we see the end credit scene in 2021, 2022, or at the earliest, early 2023. We saw what the end scene credit we saw that movie. Now there's so much time done past that when we do see end scene credit, we don't forget about it. We got to go back and watch and see. Okay, what was that end scene credit about again?
Yeah,
Because
I mean, they did that.
They let too much time go.
They did it, but well, it wasn't even that we didn't have to wait long. It was literally the end credit scene was the setup for the next movie.
Yeah.
And that's what they needed. If they went back to that, now I'm not saying it fixes the movies per se, but if it connects like that, where we roll along, where we're getting a hint of what are we going to see next.
You're saying the same thing, Chris.
Yeah, well, I know you are. That's what I'm saying. Yes, you're saying, and I'm agreeing with you. Nzo's saying a lot of the same thing. It's that connective tissue and how they connected it. Because, like you said, we didn't have to wait months, years.
Why make a Blade end scene credit?
And then never pay it off to a Blade movie. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
I can't even remember. What was Shang-Chi's end scene credit?
It was his sister taking over.
Oh, yeah.
His sister taking over.
Yeah.
Which that works whenever you bring out Shang-Chi too. As long as she's still doing that. That's the next problem. Because like you guys just said.
It was something else too. It had something to do with
wasn't it
Sorcerer Supreme?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Abomination.
Yeah. Which was answered in She-Hulk, kind of whatever. But I think the other problem isn't so much that the length of time. Here's the thing. One problem that showed up was, like you said, no Blade. We bring Blade in, or the voice, and then we don't pay it off within 2 movies. That's when you have to if you're going to put that in credit scene in, you have got to have that movie in the pipeline almost done.
Yeah. Let me give you another example. They gave us the end scene credit for what was God, I lost my train of thought now. I hate when I do that. It'll come back to me.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. So even though they gave us these end credit scenes that were supposed to, like they gave us Hercules at the end of
I got it now. Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder. Go ahead, Danny.
They gave us the end scene credit to God, dog it.
What name?
Yeah, I guess you now. To the Marvels. They gave us the end scene credit where Monica Rambeau seals up that thing, and then she goes into
616,
the X-Men universe. Now, Captain America, Brave New World done come out. Thunderbolts done come out. You're gonna see Fantastic Four. You're gonna see Avengers Doomsday, and we're gonna see Infinity War before we see X-Men. So 5 movies done come between that last end scene credit. That's before they did that. Before this, they never did that. We will see maybe 1, but no more than 2 movies. You're gonna be on selling. See how I forgot the Marvels already?
Yeah, so but I think that's gonna pay off in Doomsdays and Secret Wars, right? Because they're gonna be in that movie, so they have to explain. Yeah. Kelsey Grammer is gonna be in Doomsday or Secret Wars. One of the two. I think they're in both. When they
I think they're gonna bring a lot of those guys back.
Yeah, all of them are coming back because we've seen the chairs, right? So Fassbender's coming back. Beast is coming back. The guy that plays Beast is coming back. I don't know about Storm. I didn't see her there, but so I think that's how they're going to play it back, is to bring these guys back in Secret War and Doomsday. And
we gotta have Halle Berry back in that outfit.
Oh, they might. No.
We have to.
she is done.
They might.
Maybe. All right. Well, guys, great discussion as usual. Man, I had a little trouble finding some of these, and I split that one kind of into 2. So I'm trying to find stuff that's really good and in time. Well, I just thought about this. I don't have the final 5 Fact or Fiction things because, like I said, I can't get to my I can't get to my branding right now. Normally, I can get to my branding, but it's stuck on the Real Review 3000's branding. So I only have those videos, not Chaos Central videos. So I had to upload the other ones, and I forgot to upload that one. Go figure. Anyways, it's time for Final 5 Fact or Fiction. I don't have my lovely intro or anything like that, but that's okay. But before we go there,
at least we're not tortured.
We do have one answer out of last group, the stuff we brought over to this round, round two. We have one answer, and it kind of fits in line with these last two topics. Yes, ready? Here we go. The answered question is, we know what Phase 6 is starting with and ending with, but what else could we expect in the upcoming phase? Fact or fiction? The first MCU X-Men movie will be in, we're going to go back to comments and take this out, will be in Phase 6. Well, we know it's going to be in Phase 7. They've mentioned that. They've said that. And this is what we said. Danny said fact. Nzo said fact. I said fiction. It's not going to be in Phase 6. It's going to be in Phase 7. I think that's an answer. So I get the first tally in round two.
I think you cheated on that question.
Oh, whatever. I did not cheat. I won't say that I didn't hear that they weren't going to make it by that time, but I might have heard that when I made that question. But I just wanted to see if you guys keep up on it. All right. So that's the only thing that's going to be in the final five.
It's okay, Danny. That's the only one he's going to get right through the whole tournament. So
Got a broken clock, bro.
we'll give him that, you know?
Broken clock. Gonna be right twice.
Facts.
Yes. You see, I'll get two.
Yes,
All right. So that ends that one completely. Oh, I took your name out there, Anzo.
Excuse me. Later, Mr. Lyle, Mike.
Oh, later, Mike.
Later, guy. Thank you for being here, Mike. Appreciate it. And we'll save that one. Okay. We have 5 new questions. Question number 1. Shedeur Sanders is one of many QBs who will be likely take the field for the Cleveland Browns this preseason. Fact or fiction? Sanders will be named the starting quarterback for the Browns.
By when? By week
season.
one?
I'm going to go with week
season?
1. No, I'm gonna say by week 1 because what they've got three rookies trying out for this, and they still have Adams? No. Oh. No, they cut him. They cut
I thought they had what? Not Flacco.
Baker. No, not Baker.
Who was the guy they traded all that money for from Houston? Yeah, no, that's Hopkins. Never mind. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
They have at least 3 or 4 on the roster right now. One
Yeah,
veteran.
they got
I
Joe
think
Flacco.
3. Okay, yeah, they got Joe Flacco. Here.
Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson, and Shedeur Sanders.
Deshaun Watson.
And they have another Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett,
I just said
Flacco, and they have 2 draft picks. It's 5.
Dylan Gabriel's one.
Yeah. So they have 5. Of those 5, I thought there were 6 actually. I think they hold on. Let's do this. Let me look and check this out real quick.
Well, I'm gonna say no. He's not gonna be the starter. Let's say fiction.
Let's see here. That it is Flacco, Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Deshaun Watson is also on the roster, but will miss significant time due to injury. So they do have 5 guys. All right. So you say fiction.
Wait,
Danny,
who's injured?
Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Okay, yeah. I don't think he's.
Okay, and Danny, what do you say?
He will not.
Fiction. Okay. I'm gonna go with you guys on this. I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna position himself to be the second starter. He'll put himself in a position to be backup, the first backup. I don't think he's going to be out somebody like Flacco or Pickett. I think one of those 2 will get it first.
100%.
Unless something happens to him. I don't know. And we could be wrong. I mean, Sanders could go out there and just rip it up and just blow it away. I don't think that's going to happen.
The owners said no. The owners are making an example out of him. I don't think he got.
And that's it. I could go with that too. I can definitely see that.
I think he'll start sometime in the season, but not the first game.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. Well, that's the question. Is he going to be named the starting quarterback? And that's game one. So okay, I agree with you guys. All right. So question number 2. Many people are saying that the Fantastic Four may be doomed before it takes off because of the overuse of Pedro Pascal. Fact or fiction? Pedro Pascal's casting won't hurt the Fantastic Four. Danny, Nzo went first. Fact. Okay.
Fact.
And fact. Okay, we're all going fact on that. Okay. If you guys didn't, well, actually, because we were backstage and Danny didn't hear it. I've seen the first 45 minutes of one particular version. Again, they always tell you there could be like 5 or 6 cuts, and they're showing it all over. They did not show us the whole thing. And I think that's just because they don't want us to get into anything. So it was just getting started. But
people are saying
what I saw was good.
Performance is good.
It is. I would not have thought he was the right choice, but I think he's doing a great job. We'll see. I think it's going to turn out really well.
You see the kind of questions he's giving us, Danny? He already knew that Pascal was going to be good in the movie, so he gave us a question.
But that does not mean we're right.
No,
because I think that way. I like The Flash. You guys think it's trash. So just because I think it's good doesn't mean that you think it's good, right?
No, yeah, but we never seen it. Except maybe
exactly.
I've seen 45 minutes of it. I saw a freaking Disney Plus episode.
That's a head start.
Facts.
Okay, well, whatever. But you guys went with it. I don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna go with you 100%.
Listen, my game, my rules. I can fix it if I want to.
Yeah, we know.
I listen. I do sometimes throw in,
I mean, you do gotta win something, right? Your own games, you can't win any of
Chris,
I can't win anything that I do anyways.
We were born at night, just not last night, bro.
Facts.
Question number 3. Now that Jurassic World Rebirth and Superman 2025 have been released, we can speculate. Fact or fiction? Superman 2025 will outpace Jurassic World Rebirth when their box office run is over.
Fiction.
Danny says fiction.
Superman will outpace Jurassic World? No way.
I'm gonna go with fiction too, but Jurassic World has it's not gonna make $1 billion. It's not.
It's almost at 600,000.
I think it is
600 million. Yeah, almost
600 million. Yeah,
in its 3rd week though.
Listen though,
and then we got Fantastic Four coming out this week. No,
I agree, but I think of the movies that people are going to pick. I think people will go back and see Jurassic Park.
I think it's going to make $1 billion. It might limp over, but it's going to make $1 billion. I believe it is.
I still think
I go for 800 to 900 million. I don't think it's going to get to $1 billion.
All right.
And
Next
Superman is at 400 million. I checked it. Was it yesterday or today? Maybe yesterday.
We're going to see what that's going to do. I think that thing's slowing down really quick.
It might
this week, but I don't know. I still said 500 to 750, so it's going to get there. I still think. All right. Final 5 fact fiction question number 4. The first Happy Gilmore was a critical and box office success. So much so that Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out July 25th. Fact or fiction? Happy Gilmore 2 will also be considered a success. Now, I'm not calling this a success more. Here's the problem with, and I thought about saying we'll make more money. In today's money, most of these movies are going to make more. I mean, this movie is probably going to make, let's just say if it makes 150, that's 100 million or 100 million more than the first one. But how long ago was the first one? So we're talking different dollars now. So I don't think it's fair to say it's going to make more because I'm pretty sure it will.
Does it come out in the theaters or on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out on Netflix.
I think it's coming out in theaters though.
Because I seen it on my Netflix. I seen Netflix were promoting it already.
They said this movie is scheduled for release on July 25th on Netflix.
Yeah.
With production being handled by Netflix. I don't know. Because What's Face was released. What's the name? Eddie Murphy. And the second one was nowhere near. It was nowhere near successful as the first one. So I'm gonna be like, no, it's not a success.
I
Well,
don't think so either.
all right. So, yes, it's only on Netflix, but so there again, we're not using that metric. What we're just going to say is a success. So the first one is a critical success. If people say, "Hey, man,
Yeah.
this is a good movie," let's go with the Rotten Tomato score, which I don't like using, but we're going to use it. Let's say, I don't know. Honestly, do you want to look it up, or I can look it up? What the first one got?
Yeah.
So Happy Gilmore, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Happy Gilmore received Rotten Tomato score of 60. The audience score was 72, and the film was generally well received by audiences, but critics were more divided. So let's just say
critics at 63%, fans at 85.
Yep.
So 85, 65. Let's let's say if it gets between the two, like average score of, let's say it hits 70%.
No, let's say if it's tied or better.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is I'm going to say this is right around the 70 to 75% if you take in the critic score and the audience score. It's around that 70, 75 mark. So if between the two, it's around that. So let's say as long as it gets within, what did you say audience score was? 82, 85, and critic score was 63.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus minus 5% or 5. Yeah, 5%, right? That work? Or I mean, or less than minus 5%.
You're gonna make a 58% at least for the critics and an 80% for the audience. What you're saying? Right.
Okay.
You go with that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Danny.
And 80.
I'm gonna say fiction.
I'm gonna say fiction as well. I don't believe it's gonna do that.
Me too. For some reason, it's like these, like Top Gun Maverick is the anomaly, but most of these movies that reboot after, they just don't have the same nostalgia and feel to as when the first one did, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, well, I mean, Beverly Hills Cop. What do you think of that one? The new one.
I don't think it was as good as the ones in the theater.
Neither do I. It was good, but it wasn't.
Was it better than the third? I think it was better than the third one.
Oh man, watching paint dry was better than the third one.
I'm trying to figure out what sequel was better other than Top Gun Maverick.
Predator 2.
No, I'm talking something more recent.
Terminator 2.
No, I'm talking something about out back then and come out now.
Oh, I got you.
Period of time. That's tough.
Because I don't think it's been nothing. Cause didn't what's the one with the short guy? I don't want to say the small person. And it starred Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, he was like a knight or something. He had a little Willow.
Oh, Willow.
Oh,
that was on.
Willow. Yeah,
that was again on Disney Plus. That was a series also.
Yeah, but it was still.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but that's because again, though a lot of people like that first one, the movie, because of Val Kilmer.
Well, I give you the first Harry Potter, then what's the last two? One with Dumbledore when he was young. They just didn't have the same magic.
Oh, the Fantastic Beasts and
Fantastic
all that.
Beasts.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely lag in it and stuff like that.
Like Lonzo said, the Top Gun was an anomaly. I can't think of anything else.
I won't disagree with that. And again, if I were the Top Gun people, I wouldn't be doing another one. At least not right this second. But that's not Hollywood. Hollywood's like, let's strike while the iron's hot. Yeah.
Something I do want to see. I found today. I hope I've got my fingers crossed because it's one of my favorite movies. Michael B. Jordan is doing a remake of the Thomas Crown Affair.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the first one with Steve McQueen. I didn't like the bank angle.
Yeah.
But the one Pierce Brosnan was fantastic. So I hope
that
he don't, because he got some big shoes to fill with that.
I liked the first one, but I don't think that, again, when they made it, I don't think they did as much as they could with it. When they came around to Pierce Brosnan's version, there was a lot better things they could do with it. I liked it. I think he'll do a good job.
I like the Art Thief. I didn't care for the bank, and I've always thought Renee Russo was a beautiful woman.
That's right. All right. Final question. A new Tron movie is coming out. Jeff Bridges and Jared Leto are set to be in it, and
There you go, right there.
Be a slight reboot from the last film. Fact or fiction? Jared Leto's involvement will spell doom for Tron Ares.
Fact.
Anzo says fact.
I mean, I
I'm
don't
saying-
really think it's his involvement, but it's going to be trash anyways.
I'm saying fiction.
I'm going to say if we see this and it turns out to be, if people point blank say, hey, listen, Jared Leto didn't hit it, which, again, let's see here. People complained about his Joker. People complained about Morbius.
But is that him or is that the writer and the director?
That's a good question, but people
Because
didn't point to how he acted it, too.
his Joker, I will give them his Joker when he played it on the movie sucked. But when he played that Joker at the end of was it Batman v Superman? When they showed
No. That was in
Justice
the
League.
Snyder Cut.
Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
I thought he was spot on, Bo.
It worked pretty well there.
And that right there shows you two different directors.
I'm gonna say fiction. I just think Tron is more of an art film. I don't think it's a film to make it. I love the way it looks. I love the way these movies are.
That's what I think gonna save it. I think the special effects now is gonna be something we had. Tron always was, to me, special effect wise was ahead of its time. I think now it's got even better, and they're gonna see more cool stuff, like when them things start digitizing and you see.
Well, I liked the last movie.
No,
The last movie was.
trash.
No, you
The
say
last
it's
movie
trash.
was
I
trash.
liked the last one.
Oh my god, that movie was so horrible, bro.
I wasn't a fan of the last one, but
Mhm.
I like when Bruce Box like that more so than Kurt Russell. Not Kurt Russell, but
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I think that was part of the issues that they could have brought. See, if they had done an earlier version or a sequel to Tron earlier on, they could have flipped the script and had it be similar to the second movie they did not too long ago. But instead of have it be his son, have his son be here and have Bruce Boxleitner have to go in and save him.
Yeah, and then you got this AI too. Yeah, I think Tron.
Well, I
on
think
point.
they're going to bring a lot of AI into this too. I think there's going to be a lot of meta critiquing of what the world is allowing to happen. Which, again, Disney and their use of politics in their films, I think, is where it kills them. If they just looked and said, "Let's just make a good movie," and we can hint at little things we want to point out, they go way too deep into that politics or meta.
Well, I don't see how they can make Tron woke. That's that. I don't see how they can do that. I'm not saying they'll
I'm
find
not
a
saying
way
they're
to
going
do
to
it.
do that.
I'm just saying, but everybody loves to use that word,
Yeah.
woke, and got some kind of political agenda. I don't see how they can do that in Tron, but we shall see.
Yes. Well, guys, that's the show. 5 more Fact or Fictions and 3 more other thing. Top Gun 3 is in the works. Yes, the director is doing Miami Vice first. Are we getting a Miami Vice movie? Isn't that Bad Boys?
Sucked. That's the only thing that's been better. This last Bad Boy to me was fantastic, and what saved that scene was the son-in-law. So that's another first Bad Boy compared to this. I like Will Smith's son, and then I like Martin Lawrence's son-in-law. To me, they saved the movie. Their part.
You think it's better than the first one, though?
No, I'm saying from the first movie to now, that's another anomaly like we saw with Top Gun. But they're far in between. They're not consistently. So that's why I'm a little fearful about this. What's movie we talking about? Not Tron, the other one before Tron. But we
Top Gun 3.
I thought we were talking about. Well, I thought it was a movie.
No, we're talking about Wow.
Was
We were talking about we talked about Top Gun while we were talking about Tron.
I thought it was
Or
other movies.
wait, hold on, let me look here.
Wow, we old.
I'm telling you, boy, we got 50 bad tonight, boy.
Well, we talked about the Fantastic Four, and
I know we were saying that Top Gun was an anomaly.
Yeah, because it was. But we were talking about a movie that's being.
Happy
rebooted.
Gilmore. That's
Yeah,
what
Happy Gilmore. That's it. That's
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we in trouble, boy. Yeah, I'm scared for Happy Gilmore. Scared.
Shifty says Leto's involved in some human trafficking situation, isn't he? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well, like I say, you better get Puff's attorney. All I can tell him.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be the new Johnny Cochran.
Yeah. Tron trailers look cool. Hey, listen, I think they do look cool, but again, I don't think Tron's a movie for everyone. I think it's like.
I think it attract a younger crowd than the older crowd.
I love the first Tron, but
I do too.
don't.
But you were young when that ad came out. How old were you when it came out?
I still watch it.
Yeah.
But I just don't like them bringing this crap into the real world. I don't like that.
The Tron was like it attracted gamers. It's going to attract a lot of gamers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to attract a lot of normies unless word of mouth is strong.
I don't think anytime they bring these movies that are based out of old TV shows, they go and they just trash the old TV show with complete sarcasm and meta humor. And
I don't think this Naked Gun gonna do well.
Actually, I think it will because it's still doing the same thing. I mean, maybe it won't.
That movie looks hilarious. I think
it does.
The girl walking there and then he takes off the mask. And turns to a
but
man.
that's making fun.
Like,
that's making fun of Mission Impossible. The fact that a great move that they did was they're making him the son, not like trying to recast him. I think that the one joke that I heard in this movie that I've seen in the trailers about O.J. Simpson is perfect because one, it does something to honor the fact that he was in the movies, but in a way that people are like, yeah, we ain't going there. It's like it's perfect. I think that they understand that meta humor.
I charge him $1 million for using my song.
For using him, yeah.
Whoop whoop, $1 million. Thank you.
It looks funny though. I think it's gonna be good.
I think that's what I'm going to pass.
Colin Farrell is whoa. Colin Farrell is casted as Sonny.
No, he was miscast in the old.
Oh, I don't know.
He was Crockett. He was Crockett. Yeah. I can't think.
Oh yeah. Tubbs was oh my gosh, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I've been so
I can't stand these movies that
they're killing, man. I'm telling you, I was forced to go watch Bewitched with my daughters.
Oh my god!
And I'm here to tell you, there was like 5 black people in the theater, and we all were asleep. And how I know this, because my daughter was steady hitting me and like, you snoring. And so I get up, use the bathroom, and I look back as you walking, and I saw like 4 or 5 black people, and we all like this on. So I'm not lying. So no,
you weren't the only ones. Wasn't that the one with Will Ferrell?
Yep, that came out in like
90. No, 2007.
It's somewhere between 2000, 2008, somewhere in that time. Man, I think it was Nicole Kidman, if I'm not mistaken, was Samantha. I was like, oh my God, why did I let my daughters fool me into this mess?
Yeah, well, I know you
2005, and it had Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell.
I know you never got duped in going to see that Spice Girls movie, which I was.
Oh my God, the Spice World?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, that's like no, because no. God, they were created as a gimmick. Simon Cowell created them for a Pepsi commercial, if I remember.
Oh, yeah.
And then they like everything back then. They just were like, oh fuck it, let's just release an album, and then
Hey, have
some idiotic teens decided that it was good music.
I was watching like going through my shorts. If y'all what's that TV show? He's an American. He goes over to England and be a soccer coach.
Oh, Ted Lasso.
Is that pretty good?
A lot of people say it. They're coming to Kansas City to do a lot of the shooting. He's supposed to be.
Because I watched some of the clips and it was funny.
This season they're going to do it here. Well, they just started shooting here in Kansas City because Jason Sudeikis is from here, and they're going to use the Kansas City Current and Kansas City Current Stadium and some other things. They just shot at one of our barbecue joints recently.
And that owner, oh, she is sexy. God.
Well, I don't know if she's going to be in this one unless she went and bought the team here in the United States. Because, like I said, this year he's going to be here. So I don't know. Are you hating on the Spice Girls movie? It was silly fun, and that right there is the problem. It's silly fun. It's just fun, you know. No, it's horrid.
The only Spice Girl I liked was Sporty Spice.
Sporty.
The one that had on like the little gym stuff. Yeah, I thought she was. The rest of them. Now, Scary Spice look good now on AGT. She growing up, but when she was a young woman, she's like, but now full grown woman, yeah.
I didn't like the fact that the black girl was Scary Spice. I didn't like that.
Yeah, she don't look scary on America's Got Talent.
No, absolutely not. I never thought she was scary. I thought she always.
Sometimes you got to grow into it though, because like I'm telling you, when I watched the Flash on CW, I could not stand Iris. But after Iris had that baby and came back in like season 4,
you're like, okay,
whoa, what happened?
Somebody grew up.
Yeah,
the thickness came in, eh?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
All right, okay, guys. Tell everybody about yourself one more time. We'll start down there with Nzo. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself.
Biggaford Entertainment didn't get to do my show last week because of a strike that I had, but it's back gone, so we'll be back doing our stuff this weekend.
Let's get another strike. We don't want to see no police hate.
I think we do. Did you see the video, Danny?
When they bust wind on that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of it.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Danny?
I don't even look at that craziness no more.
I don't blame you.
There's some, like I've always said, I'm not going to. There are some of us in this profession don't need to be. Like there's some people
absolutely
that are cooks, some people are teachers, some people are doctors. They don't need to be. So I mean, nothing I can do about it. All I can do is control a little bit of area that I'm in.
Absolutely. So you do the best with your job that you can do.
These clowns will go and risk their career and risk their life because everybody and their mama got a camera now. You should know that. That should be the first. Okay, I'm about to act a donkey, but guess who got the camera? 15, 20 years ago, you could do that. You could do a little donkey stuff and get away. You can't control that now because everybody and their mama got a. Okay. You ever heard of something called a flop camera? I tell y'all, I don't want to tell everybody, but I'm gonna tell y'all after.
What
I'll tell y'all behind
okay.
off the scene.
All right. Dan, like I said, when I came out from watching Spice Girls movie, I didn't feel like I wasted my time or money. I was entertained.
Because you're a girl.
Oh no, I wasted my money.
Girl,
I wasted my money.
You got girl power. Okay.
And of course, it was a date, so I had to pay for both. That date was paid back at the end of the night.
Yeah,
so
I hope it was. Dude, that's a lot of payback. That's like, you ain't leaving. Get back here. We're not done.
Well, if it wasn't paid for, it would have been Burger King afterwards.
You want to watch a teen movie? I'm going to feed you like a teen date. We're going to McDonald's.
You're not coming to my apartment, and I'm not going to yours? Oh, okay.
Burger Facts.
Well, that's fine. I guess you can call a cab.
100%.
All right. Danny, tell everybody about yourself.
You can find me on my channel on Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm almost approaching my 300th episode of The Road to Wisdom. That's going to be next Monday. So I don't know what I'm going to do. That is definitely something I didn't think I was going to be able to do. But thankfully, I've been able to do it. You can see me on OOC sometime. Not this Wednesday. I will not be there. You can also see me on this channel, first few Mondays of the month. On Wednesdays to hang out, and on Sundays on Storms Live. And I'm trying to really get off the ground. I'm talking about different do's and don'ts in men's clothing, men's suits. Starting to focus a lot of time on that. I'm watching a ton of videos on this crap, so I want to be very knowledgeable and show individuals that you only get one time. I really believe this. Only one time to make a first impression. So if you're trying to get a job, you're trying to impress a date, you're trying to impress a father-in-law, mother-in-law, somebody, you only got one time to make a good first impression. So I want to try and give you tips of that, because some of the people that come into these interviews that I sit down with, I make a mental notes in my head, man, you looking like a sucker. And I don't want to do that. So that is the main purpose of why I do that. I ain't saying you got to spend $2,000 or $3,000 in these suits, but I can show you where you can take $400 or $500 and get a nice wardrobe that is presentable. So,
Absolutely,
just track with me, please.
Go check that out, guys, because Danny's doing a really great job on that. And check out the OC. Contrary to Danny, because Danny has to keep some bit of professionalism with what he does. He can't go on everything and talk about it because he has to keep his
job.
Basic. Yeah. But you have to. But like you've talked about before, listen. There's a camera everywhere.
Yeah.
Whether or not your job, even if your job doesn't know you do something like this, assume they're going to find out.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So but check out OOC. Very good stuff. Hard hitting and divisive topics. I won't lie about it. Some of them are very divisive, but that's the point of stuff we do here. Stuff he does, it's there. And
starting a conversation, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where everything starts. So yeah, check these guys out. We've been doing this now for what, 4 years?
I think longer than that.
Granted, or five or six. And we took 2 years off. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. So more or less 3 years.
Year and a half. Where I could, I still jumped on streams and stuff. I mean, we tried to keep going, but just whatever. But we're back, third month in a row. Good start, getting back. We're gonna keep this up. But guys, my name is Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is my channel. Of course, I'm here on Khaos Central, like Danny said, the first 3 Mondays of every month. And sometimes if we have a 5th Monday, we might throw in something else on the 4th Monday. Just depends. We'll talk about that later. Probably, I think September is the next time that's a possibility. And also, I do things like the weekly wrap-up on my channel and over on Honstar YT. It's Sunday Fun Day or Jackbox Game Night. We will be getting back to Name That Tune, Gospel According to Chris. I'm working on doing some sort of reviews on my channel again about movies or music. I just got to figure out how to do it without getting hit, because everybody now, like YouTube, just their new fun time is sitting there and getting their jollies off by just copywriting, letting everybody copyright everybody else. It's stupid. But anyways, you can check all the stuff out we have on our channels. Check that out, and we will be back in 2 weeks, I believe. 2 weeks, and it'll be Danny's show again. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you guys, and that's it. Peace.